The man washed his hair with expired laundry detergent, and it ended up poisoning several fish. That night, he ate grilled fish. On the 10th day of being stranded on the island, he finally had meat. Late at night, a few birds ate the leftover grilled fish. The next morning, the man discovered that those birds had also been poisoned. So, he had another tasty meal of roasted bird meat. The man owed the bank $400,000 in loans, and he decided to jump into the river. But he didn't drown. Instead, he was washed up on an island in the city. Although he had wanted to die, his survival instinct made him try to save himself. However, he couldn't climb up the bridge pier, and he didn't know how to swim. After repeated failures, he decided to hang himself. But just as he was about to stick his head out, he felt a stomach ache and thought relieving himself was more important. He hurried to the bushes and, while relieving himself, he accidentally discovered a bunch of red berries growing in front of him. He picked one and put it in his mouth. The sweet taste reminded him of his childhood and his fallen life, and he suddenly began to cry. After releasing his emotions, he thought it over and decided to live on the island, abandoning everything. He ate some wild mushrooms to temporarily fill his stomach and began trying to start a fire by rubbing sticks together. His hands were blistered, and there was no sign of a flame. So, he gave up on the fire and sat down to have a cigarette. Afterward, he started collecting the garbage along the shore, thinking it could be useful for his future life. As he walked around, he also found a broken duck boat, so he made that his little home. Over the next few days, the man settled into a leisurely life on the island. He grew fond of it, so whenever a cruise ship passed by, he would hide to avoid being seen. One day, he found a package for fried noodles with soy sauce, with an unopened seasoning packet inside. Looking at the picture on the package, he suddenly really wanted a hot bowl of fried noodles. In order to eat fried noodles, he began collecting fruits from the island. However, when he crushed the fruits, he realized they couldn't be shaped into noodles. It wasn't until he found bird droppings on the little duck boat that he had an idea. He thought birds must have eaten seeds. So, he started collecting bird droppings and picked a piece of land to cultivate. A few days later, he finished clearing the land. He buried the droppings in the soil and made a scarecrow out of his suit. Once he was done, he was satisfied and just had to wait for the seeds to sprout. 3 months later, the man had fully adapted to life on the island. He even found time to exercise, and the sweat he produced was collected and used as a seasoning for his food. One day, he discovered that the seeds in the ground had sprouted, and his life started to have hope. By late autumn, his crops were ready. Not only corn, but various other crops too. He ground the corn kernels into flour, added water to form dough, and used a wine bottle as a rolling pin. Finally, he used a can lid to cut the dough into noodles. After cooking the noodles, he tore open the seasoning packet he had been saving for months. He mixed the noodles, seasoning, and side dishes together, and then, with a sense of ceremony, he picked up the bowl and started eating. The moment he ate the fried noodles, he couldn't help but cry. If it were you, would you want to go back to real life?